Lewis Hamilton versus Max Verstappen. If you clicked this video, you already know. This is the rivalry of modern Formula One. One is a record-breaking legend, the other a relentless force rewriting the rulebook. But who's truly better? We're about to break it down. Not just wins and stats, but mindset, driving style, pressure performance, and raw racecraft. This isn't just a comparison. It's a clash of eras, of personalities, of philosophies. And by the end, you'll know exactly who comes out on top and why. Buckle up, because the truth might surprise you. Chapter 1: The Strategist versus the Aggressor. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen aren't just rivals. They're racing philosophies in human form. Hamilton is the chess master, calm, calculating, always thinking 3 corners ahead. He plays the long game, weighing every move like it's part of a championship puzzle. Tire management, track evolution, risk versus reward. He accounts for it all. Remember Brazil 2021? He hunted Verstappen down but didn't dive in recklessly. He backed off from a dangerous overtake, waited a lap, and then struck with precision. That wasn't just driving, it was strategy in motion. Now contrast that with Max Verstappen. The brawler, the moment a gap appears, he takes it. Late braking, elbows out, zero hesitation. He doesn't wait for the perfect opening, he makes it. At Imola 2021, Verstappen launched from third on a wet track, muscled past Hamilton into turn 1 and didn't flinch. He even bounced over curbs to hold the line. At Zandvoort, with the weight of a home crowd on his shoulders, he turned every lap into a qualifying run, relentless and fearless. Where Hamilton avoids contact to protect the war, Max welcomes it to win the battle. Verstappen has said it himself, he gives Hamilton a choice: yield or collide. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a collision course between 2 ideologies. One fights with patience, the other with pure fire, and when they meet on track, the sparks aren't just metaphorical, they're inevitable. Chapter 2: 2021, the war year. The 2021 season wasn't just a title fight, it was warfare. From race 1 in Bahrain, Verstappen and Hamilton made their intentions clear. In the final laps, Max passed Lewis around the outside, but off track. He gave the place back. Hamilton won, and the tone was set. No mercy, no backing down. Then came Silverstone. Lap 1, Copse Corner. High speed. No one yielded. Max ended up in the wall at 51 Gs. Hamilton got a penalty but still won. Red Bull raged. Verstappen called the celebration disrespectful. The rivalry turned personal. Monza added more fire. A botched pit stop put them side by side into turn 1. They tangled again, this time with Max's car landing on Hamilton's. The halo saved Lewis from serious injury. Both blamed the other. Verstappen got a grid penalty, but the tension only deepened. Then came Jeddah. Pure chaos. Max overtook off track, tried giving the spot back, but brake tested Hamilton in the process. Lewis collided with the Red Bull and exploded on the radio. "This guy is crazy," data backed it. Max hit the brakes hard. Penalties followed. The championship was tied heading into the final race. And then, Abu Dhabi. Hamilton dominated 57 laps. A late safety car flipped everything. FIA allowed only select lapped cars through, setting up a 1-lap shootout. Verstappen on fresh tires overtook and won. Mercedes fumed. Hamilton said, "This has been manipulated." The FIA later admitted human error, but the title stayed with Max. It was chaos, controversy, and high drama, the most explosive F1 finale in decades. And from that day on, the Hamilton-Verstappen rivalry became more than a sporting clash. It became legend. Chapter 3: Driving Data and Technical Contrast. Hamilton and Verstappen may reach similar results, but the way they drive couldn't be more different. Hamilton brakes deep, controls the car with precision, and focuses on smooth exits and tire longevity. Verstappen, he brakes earlier, rotates sharply, and explodes out of corners with aggressive throttle, maximizing speed mid-turn. Telemetry shows it clearly. Max gains in cornering, Lewis on exits. Verstappen pushes harder in qualifying, taking more poles, but Hamilton often wins the long game, like in Spain, using strategy and tire management strike late. Their racecraft tells the same story. Verstappen attacks fast and rough. Hamilton waits, analyzes, then passes clean. Brazil 2021 was textbook. Max forced him wide, Lewis backed off, then nailed the overtake 1 lap later. Different techniques, same goal. And when they clash, the data turns into drama, every single time. Chapter 4, Mental Warfare, Battles Off the Track. The Hamilton-Verstappen rivalry wasn't just about lap times, it was a psychological battle. Hamilton played the long game, using calm interviews and subtle jabs to frame Max as reckless. Verstappen, blunt as ever, fired back. "I race hard. If that's a problem, that's on them." As tensions rose, both made it clear they didn't need to be friends. Their team bosses, Toto Wolff and Christian Horner, added fuel to the fire. They clashed weekly, throwing insults, blaming each other for crashes, even shouting at race whistle mid-race. It became a war of words as much as speed. Even fans got involved. Booing, online wars, national loyalties. It turned into a full-on tribal fight, and while things cooled after 2021, one small clash like Brazil 2022 reminded everyone the rivalry still simmers beneath the surface. This wasn't just racing. It was chess, trash talk, and high-stakes mind games, and that made it unforgettable. Chapter 5, Legacy and 2024-2025, Developments. Hamilton versus Verstappen is already an all-time F1 rivalry. From 2014 to 2024, they've split every championship. Hamilton's 7 titles versus Verstappen's 4. Their epic 2021 battle changed rules, race control, and FIA procedures forever. Since then, Verstappen has dominated, but every time they meet on track, like Brazil 2022 or Montreal 2024, the sparks return. Off track, there's more respect now, but no less intensity. "You know how it is with Max," Hamilton says. Verstappen replies, "I only crash with Lewis." The rivalry boosted F1's global popularity, drew record viewership, and brought in a new generation of fans. And in 2025, it's not over. One fast Mercedes, one lap, one fight. That's all it takes to reignite the fire. The Hamilton-Verstappen rivalry will go down as the defining clash of modern Formula One. A battle between a calculated legend and a fearless prodigy. It had everything: high-stakes drama, contrasting driving styles, controversy, and a finale that shook the sport to its core. Their 2021 showdown didn't just crown a champion. It changed the rulebook and reignited global interest in F1. Neither walked away untouched. Hamilton carried the heartbreak of Abu Dhabi. Verstappen faced relentless scrutiny, but through it all, both drivers grew, pushing each other to new heights and leaving a legacy few can match. Even now, with new stars rising, echoes of their rivalry remain. Every close fight, every rule debate, it all traces back to Lewis versus Max. It wasn't just racing, it was history, emotion, and intensity that reminded the world why we watch Formula One. Years from now, we'll still talk about them, because rivalries like this, they don't just define seasons, they define eras.